Okay, guys, this is probably going to be one of the more interesting parts of the course in order to actually gain ELO, which I reckon is a big reason as to why a lot of you are here. So in this part of the course, we're going to go through how you can climb through your own ELO hell. And just to clarify that a bit, because I have quite a lot of students asking me about that, as what is ELO hell and is ELO hell a real thing? And for me, ELO hell is not a certain ELO bracket or like the tire between Platinum 1 and Diamond 5 or something like this. ELO hell is something mental where you've stagnated and you're not able to get further and you've sort of hit a wall, but it's mostly mental. So in this part of the course, I'm going to try to help you set up some structure, set up some logic, and give you some tools to help you get through that mental wall so that you can break through your own ELO hell. This lecture is going to be about everything that you need to know in order to make the best that you can out of your ranked games. So it's sort of the preparation list for ranked. And what we're going to go through today is Nico's rules of success for solo queue. And this is a list of rules that I've made through several years of both playing and coaching, where I found that increasing your structure not only within the game but also outside the game actually has a huge effect on your overall performance and your ability to actually gain ELO when you're playing. So I'm going to list the rules on the screen and we're going to go through them, right? So my rules are as follows. Stick to a pool of 6 champions. Don't play a champion in ranked on your main unless you're already comfortable on it. Don't play ranked on main if you're in a bad mindset. Don't play rank on main if you feel bad physically, whether that's tired, sad, whatever it is. If you lose 3 games in a row, you take a proper break. I'm talking 1 to 2 hour break and do something else before you play again. And lastly, use your dodge logically when needed. For example, a bad champ select, if there's proper trolls in your games or whatever reason there is, like you actually want to use your dodge. We're going to go through them a bit more detailed. To begin with, I just want to say that the logic with all of these rules is to increase your win % chance when you play solo queue as much as possible. Because when you play ranked, and what I want you to think about is you want to do everything in your power to make sure that you have maximum amount of win potential every single game that you play. If you have maximum amount of win potential every single game that you play, well, that's probably going to have a big effect on your overall performance in ranked. The first rule that I gave was sticking to a champion pool of 6 champions. Why 6 champions, you may ask? Well, the logic for me is that if you have too few champions, then it's actually quite risky in terms of having a draft where they ban out your champion pool. Or sometimes you might get a patch where your whole champion pool gets nerfed. And then you're going to go through a process where you have to pick up a whole new champion pool in order to just play ranked again comfortably, right? So there are 5 bans in the game today. And if you have 6, then you're never going to be able to get banned out. And the likelihood of there being a patch that targets your whole champion pool is very, very, very slim. So the logic of it is you should be able to maintain 6 champions comfortably. And you're not going to get banned out in a bad draft. And you're not going to get screwed over by a bad patch. If you have more than 6 champions, then I think that you're spreading yourself too thin. So 6 should be more than enough, and you should just try to balance it with your pool. Second rule, one of the most important rules, and this is something that I see and have seen so many times on pretty much every student that I've ever coached, and that is that you should never first time a champion in ranked, and you should never play champions that you're not already comfortable with in ranked without having practiced them. When I coach a new student, one of the first things that I do is go through their OPGG and check their profile and see how many games they have which are 100% loss on a champion, which tells me how many times they just first time a champion in ranked, because whatever, right? And that tells a bit about the structure of the student. And trust me, the more structure you have on yourself when you play ranked, the better performance you're going to have. So when we make a champion pool of 6 champions and you practice those 6 champions in normals so that you know how to play all those 6 champions comfortably, and then you only play those 6 champions on your main position in ranked, that's going to have a huge effect on your overall win % chance, for sure. Then the 2 next rules are also very, very important. And these 2 rules require you to be honest with yourself, right? The 2 rules are don't play ranked on main if you're in a bad mindset. And don't play ranked on your main if you feel bad physically. The logic of this is, I always want you to go into your games confidently. I want you always to be confident, right? So that means that you have to play champions you're already comfortable with, right? If you feel bad mentally, there's something that is blocking your mental or something that is draining away your focus, or you just feel bad physically, maybe you're tired, maybe you're hungry, thirsty, whatever, something is taking away your attention, that is not a good time to play ranked, because that is going to affect your overall focus and ability to perform within the game. And what I want to do and what I want to help you with is to understand that if you go into every single game that you play with the maximum potential that you can bring, that is going to snowball your performance. And that's what we want, right? Then another rule, if you lose 3 games in a row, right? We all have this like win streaks where we win a lot of games and we lose a lot of games. But I want to stop the lose streaks and keep going on the win streaks. And the way you do this is, as soon as you start a lose streak, like you lose 2-3 games in a row, you need to take a proper break. And the reason why we take this break is to get a proper mental reset, right? And the only way you get a mental reset is if you can completely stop thinking about League of Legends for 1 to 2 hours, right? I'm talking no YouTube videos, no streams, no games, not playing on Smurf, not playing ARAMs. Don't touch League, don't look at League, don't think about League for 1 to 2 hours. And then when you come back to your next game, you're going to have a fresh mentality, which is actually going to snowball your potential of actually winning that game and breaking your own lose streak. And if we can keep going on our win streaks and break our lose streaks early, well, speaks for itself, right? Lastly, when we talk about dodging, as long as you get one of your 6 champions on your main position, I want you to play those games. Unless you have like 2 mid laners or 2 ADCs or there's something really troll going on in your games, then you can dodge. Otherwise, if you get an off roll and you're not comfortable with the situation of the game, then you should also dodge. My idea is that every single game that you play, you should go in comfortably and confidently. If that is not the case, then it's better to dodge. But be careful, don't dodge too many times because the punishment gets kind of increased by time. So, but using a dodge today is completely fine. You should actually do it, instead of losing a game that you don't need to lose or don't even need to play. And keep in mind that even though you might think a game is winnable from the champ select, if you don't feel so comfortable and you know that if you lose that game, that is going to have an effect on your mental, which is going to drain your performance for the next game, well, it might be better to dodge it. Alright? I highly recommend you to write down my rules, put them on a sticky note on your computer or on your secondary screen or whatever, put them on your background, I don't care, but keep the notes there, keep the rules in front of you, stick to the rules, be honest with yourself about them, and I promise you, you will do better in ranked. I promise you that. Okay, that was Nico's rules of success for solo queue. Hope they treat you well.